The story I'm going to get into today is regarding the crunch culture. Deja vu for some strange reason. It seems to be making a comeback regarding crunch culture.
So many people were like, Last of Us 1 is perfect. They shouldn't make a sequel.
And here we are.
Let's do something new. Let's take risks. Let's kill Joel right away. Let's just kill him.
Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, let's do it.
Don't! Ah!
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is an employee at Naughty Dog. I can't tell what gender or pronoun they go by. But recently, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, that bald-headed coot of a game that you can't wait to not even play.
Oh man! Oh god! Oh man! Oh god! Oh man! Oh god! Oh man!
I would love for it to be after I'm dead.
Over at Naughty Dog, crunch culture is making a return. This is the devil's disciple, Neil Druckmann, Cuckman, whatever you want to call him. This is the reason why crunch culture, and the reason why, I guess, I just hate Naughty Dog as a game company now. They used to be so fantastic a long time ago. As you know, I've spoken about that ad nauseum here on my channel.
Thank Crunchy, it's Friday! Thank Crunchy!
Her voice may be almost as important to gamers as Lara's double pistols, curves, and skimpy shorts.
Kung Fu Hot Dog
is a Kung Fu renegade cop. Now he must defeat the most evil Kung Fu master in the world.
For a modern gaming audience.
Get ready for a new world of unspeakable adventures.
I said, Mummy, I like the way the lady runs.
Get ready for a new world of unspeakable adventures, never before shown in a motion picture. Get ready for
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Right?
Oh, and by the way, this stuff is going to make you hurl like you've never hurled before. This is the kind of gay slop and propaganda and crap they put into a video game.
And the story was becoming very epic and ambitious. And
Neil Druckmann always reminds me of Alan from Friends.
And I felt like to kind of shake things up.
Oh, you mean the gay part?
So much about all you guys.
Haley Gross, who is gross by nature.
About violence and obsession.
She's wanted to add more romantic intimacy between the characters.
Oh, there we go. Have a look. More romantic intimacy, because that's just what this game was crying out for. Holy shit. Come on, put the camera up, pan it up, pan it up. There you go. More crap like this. You wonder why The Last of Us Part 2 was met with such derision. But anyway, before I decide to go off camera and hurl somewhere in a bucket, Naughty Dog developers reportedly hit with mandatory overtime, in other words, crunch, to finish an internal demo for its upcoming sci-fi game, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, which, by the way, is the project name. This game doesn't actually have an official title as of yet. Now, bear in mind, mandatory overtime. Now, what did Naughty Dog actually say regarding crunch? Let's just go to this video here.
When we onboard people, we tell them, you know, we have a reputation as a studio for crunching, and it's something we don't want. And it's something we're not going to do anymore.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Hopefully they're not crunching.
First, we had to do what is crunch. let's define it, because when you just look at hours, that turn out to be too simplistic.
It's a multitude of factors. It's not just like one thing. It's not just, oh, because of this is what's causing crunch. It's literally like so many of these little
Doesn't
things.
this guy look like Paul Dano? Jesus.
Sure no one at Naughty Dog burns out.
You know, every couple of months, we send out a 90-second questionnaire that goes, are you worried about your workload? Are you worried about having to work overtime? If you feel like I'm overburdened with work, you have to tell somebody.
Okay. So bearing that in mind, that was...
Yeah, bearing that in mind, folks, let's just go to this article here again, because this is so damn funny. after years of being accepted as just how things are done, crunch, working horrifically long hours for weeks or months at a stretch in order to meet an arbitrary deadline set by an executive who's probably still going home on time every night, is now widely frowned upon. Despite the fact that you'll have immigrants or other people that might have some knowledge of game development or none at all, who are willing to put in the crunch time on your behalf. So Bloomberg broke this report last night or maybe a couple of days ago. Now Naughty Dog has been pushing employees to work at least 8 extra hours per week since late October in order to finish an internal demo. So an internal demo that's going to be curated. They're going to present the protagonist in a more positive light because God forbid that you see this face on the poster artwork and you decide, you know what, bro, I'm kind of checked out. So it sounds like things have not been going especially smoothly behind the scenes, or rather, should it be with the behind the scenes. The Bloomberg report states that Naughty Dog has missed multiple internal deadlines on Intergalactic, and this push is an attempt to get the game back on schedule. It does sound awfully deja vu-ish when I think about The Last of Us Part 2, when Neil Druckmann had to deal with ongoing leaks online on various forums.
We started having these leaks.
It was awful. There were a lot of days where I would just cry.
Well, somebody obviously had enough of Neil Druckmann and decided to leak the ending, or not even the ending, but Joel's death online. Because if you like to play golf, folks, well, it takes a whole new meaning with the 8-iron club. Employees were reportedly told not to work more than 60 hours per week and were also ordered to return to the office for a 5-day week rather than the 3 days per week that was previously permitted. Ooh. And do we have anything else? The report says the mandated overtime and office days actually ended this week for most staff as the internal demo is being finalized, but with the full game expected to be pooped out in 2027. Some employees are reportedly worried that mandated crunch will get even worse down the road. This is so far Naughty Dog's first brush with crunch. An in-depth Kotaku report. What, Kotaku doing in-depth reporting? Maybe when Jason Schreier worked there, that might have been the case. In 2020, alleged that the practice was common at the studio and brutal even by the standards of the game industry. And yet, who stands on his throne taking in all the accolades? That's right, Neil Druckmann, of course, because he doesn't give a shit about the people that work below him to get something out on time. And with each passing day, hour, month, year, tick-tock, this is what employees and the very curious public are looking forward to seeing, this demo gameplay of a bald-headed bitch no one gives a shit about as part of your brand new video game, the video game that's going to sink Naughty Dog into the ground. ground, you get it? So it did remind me of a documentary which, if you've never seen it, I would definitely urge you to watch it. It's like one of my all-time favorite documentaries. The Road to E3 2006, Gears of War. The guys at Microsoft, Epic, well, Epic then were they employed by Microsoft then? I think they were actually. So they were waiting to crunch the demo for Gears of War 1 to be there for E3 2006. But I want you to listen to this part right here because I've got a different point of view about this. Some of you will disagree with me. Some of you will probably see where I'm coming from. So I'll do my best to explain why I think certain things that I do, but let's just get on with it.
Their job is to push, and our job is to pull, but we both respect that.
Careful.
But for everyone else, starting next Monday, we're going to 10-hour days. 8 of those hours have to be between 10 and 6. So if you were
10-hour days in 2006. I mean, to be honest, bro, that to me, that was normal. Now, I come from a culture of having worked many, many hours. I worked in the media back in the late 90s where I would crunch ad nauseum. But here's the funny thing. I enjoyed what I did, which was actually playlisting songs to Turkish radio. I mean, and getting good money for it at the time. I would consider it good money.
Are we a morning person? You can do your 2 hours before 10, or if you're a late person, do your 2 hours after 6. So we're just basically going to be crunching company-wide.
Probably will definitely get fairly stressful as people get less and less sleep. I know I'm already cranky today because I didn't get any sleep last night.
And then on Saturday, it's core hours, so the 1:30 to 5. No limit on what your duration of time beyond that is, but we need you at least here on Saturday at core hours.
We have a bad show at E3, and it doesn't matter what we do.
I mean, to be honest, some of these reactions from Cliff Bleszinski, Cliffy B, and the other guy, they all seem to be... It's like they might be reacting to something else in the moment, because if you know about this footage, and like Laura Fryer was made to look like the bad guy of the whole piece. She actually said so herself. But it was clever, effective marketing. It really was. And I still love watching this documentary. I probably watch it maybe every couple of months, but it's such a fascinating breakdown of what these guys and girls went through to actually go out there and bring this amazing gameplay of Gears of War together.
So as we all know, Gears of War is pretty bad.
Basketball, that kind of stuff.
So when you're crunching, apparently when you worked at Epic Games, you were playing the game, you were going out drinking, having a pizza, playing basketball, shooting indoors in an office space. Hilarious. I love this stuff.
To sit here and help you guys, and yet you shoot foam darts at me as if my
Why
life
not?
needs that
It's all part of the fun, man. Just alleviate some of the crunch. It's like de-stressing. Oh, God, when Microsoft used to be good. And there she is, the baddie of the piece, Laura Fryer.
My job is to really help.
And just one thing I want to end this on, folks, because, wow, this was interesting. Now, I don't know how much I can trust Google AI, but only 8% reported receiving extra pay for their crunch hours. At federal and state levels in the USA, computer professionals who can earn above a set annual salary are exempt from overtime laws. The exemption permits companies to not pay developers for any extra hours in the office. I think basically what would happen that if the game back then, remember in the mid 2000s, AAA gaming wasn't actually a term to the best of my knowledge, but I think a lot of the game developers had a certain confidence that their titles will do really, really well. Remember, like 2006 to 2011 was like the best selling period of consoles where they were reasonably priced and people were happy to shell out money for them because the games were going to be absolute bangers in most cases, not in every case. But the whole point is, if a game title did really well, then I'm sure there was some sort of contractual royalty bonus program that you'd get said money. Now, $61,000 a year. If you're a single person, that would be good money. But if you're a family man or woman, then perhaps maybe not so much, because thinking about redistributing that wealth for your household daily needs, that might be a reason why, again, crunch is not deemed to be very healthy as a lifestyle. But then again, I got to go back to my personal experience. I'm all for crunch if there's an end result at the end of that road. But if there isn't, then obviously I can see why. But well, what do you think, folks? Naughty Dog in trouble again, in the limelight for not many good reasons, and it does serve them right, actually. Not the same Naughty Dog I knew when Amy Hennig left them a while ago, back in 2016. Again, Neil Druckmann pushed her out. I can probably guess that she saw what was just on the horizon with the culture there, and I can't say I'm entirely surprised. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, they're crunching out a demo for a game that's not going to be out until 2027, maybe even beyond that. I mean, holy shit. All I'm going to say is, was it really worth your time and effort, guys? Well, the jury will decide. Maybe next year when we get a demo, maybe it's an internal thing for content creators only. But on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if you were me and if I were you, I'll catch you catching me for the return of the next video. It talks like that because my name's Alan and I've got this big bliss.
I would love for it to be after I'm dead.